Hi everyone, this is Abhinav from PhoneBunch and today we are reviewing the new Moto E 2nd Gen. Now it comes with a 5 megapixel rear autofocus camera this time around, a VGA front facing camera, a larger 4.5 inch QHD display, and you have a front facing speaker combined with the earpiece up top. And it's running Android 5.0 Lollipop right out of the box. You get 1 GB RAM, 8 GB ROM on the device as well, and a 2390 mAh battery which is still non-removable. Now let's have a look around the device first. So you can see right there on the right you have the volume rocker and power button. Both buttons are metallic, offer great feedback. At the top 3.5 audio jack, on the left there's nothing. And you can see the sideband which is actually textured. You can get these in several colors. At the bottom you have the micro USB data syncing and charging port. You have a space to open the sideband as well. This time around the back cover is not removable, just the sideband is. Now you have a secondary noise cancellation mic at the back, 5 megapixel autofocus camera, Motorola dimple, and the phone has the same great feel at the back. The design too remains pretty much similar. You can easily reach both the ends of the display with your hand. It's very good to use in just a single hand. Now let me just open up this sideband. We already have a separate video showing all the different accessories, including these bands and a grip cover that is available for the new Moto E. Now on the right of the device you have just information about the device, including IMEI and your product information. Now on the left you have two micro SIM card slots and a micro SD card slot which can take up to 32 gigs of storage. It's still a bit thicker at about 12.3 mm and a bit heavier at about 143 grams, but still a very good device to hold and use in just one hand. Now this phone is the 3G variant. It's running on the Snapdragon 200 quad-core processor, Adreno 302 GPU. Coming to the front you have a VGA camera this time around, and the main earpiece has been mated with the speakerphone which is actually quite clear. On-screen buttons this time around as well, proximity and light sensors up top. Now there is no notification LED on the phone, and that's because it uses Moto display which was available with the Moto X. So as soon as you pick up the phone, it will show you the notifications as well as the time. So no need for a notification LED. This time around too you have Corning Gorilla Glass protection, a 4.5 inch QHD display in the front. So slightly lower pixel density here, but the display has good viewing angle since it's of the IPS variety. There's no major distortion in brightness or colors. Now the color reproduction is slightly on the warmer side. The whites do seem to have a slight yellowish tint to them, and you can clearly see that there is a bit of pixelation in icons as well as text without having to look too hard on the display. Now this is the default dialer in Android Lollipop, and you can see the subtle animations when you tap on any of the numbers. Now we didn't have any major issues with network or call quality. In fact, the speakerphone and the earpiece up front are actually very loud and clear. Now connectivity options aren't limited. You have Wi-Fi hotspot, Bluetooth as well as USB tethering available. Now you have GPS available on the device. It is able to locate quickly when you are outside, but when navigating it is a bit slow. Now another new addition to the Moto E is the ability to launch the camera by just twisting your wrist twice. But the camera here is actually subpar. It's not the best available within this price segment. Now images do turn out a bit dull, lacking in detail. Now you might have already used the Motorola camera app. It's very simple. You do have HDR as well as panorama images available on this as well. Now let's have a look at some of the image samples. Now under shadows or where the light is not that bright, images do turn out to have good color reproduction, but images clearly lack sharpness. There is not enough detail. You can see that here. Up close images appear a bit blurry. Now this is not that bad of a camera. HDR mode images generally turn out very well. It's just that there is no major improvement in camera performance from last gen. Autofocus definitely helps, but indoor imaging turns out to be very noisy. Moreover, a LED flash is definitely missed here, and you can still just record in 480p with the 3G variant. Now coming to music playback, this is the headset you get within the box. Single button, you have a mic in there as well, and these do sound alright for listening to music. Now the earpiece up front is actually quite loud. It's clear, but it's a bit tinny. You do have an equalizer built in to fix that a bit. Now FM radio is also supported here. You can switch to the speakerphone, but recording is not available. It's able to find channels quite quickly. Now you can play 720p videos with the Moto E. However, 1080p videos do struggle a bit. Coming to software, the new Moto E second gen is running Android 5.0 Lollipop right out of the box. Now there are several new things in Lollipop which I'll just show you. First off, you have lock screen notifications. By swiping down, you can go ahead and expand them. You can clear all notifications as well. Now swiping from the top again, you get to your quick toggles. The animations on Lollipop are actually very good. They have a purpose. You see where things are coming from, where they are going. Now here's a default launcher, long tapping on any home screen. You can go ahead and add widgets. You can see here too, very good looking animations. And the Moto E actually performs quite well in this front. There's no major lag or frame drop in showing animations as well. So here's your notification shade. I can quickly jump to any of the settings by just tapping on its name. So no need for long tapping over here. Single tap works on enabling or disabling them as well. Now Lollipop is a huge makeover for Android. Just have a look at these animations. Everything shows movement. It shows where things are coming from and where they are going. Even the brightness slider now shows you the exact brightness of the display when you are changing it. So very welcome additions over here. Now you do have something new here. It's a profile switcher which you earlier only saw on Android tablets. So you can add multiple profiles. Now I have enabled guest mode. You can see right here, it doesn't have access to my media nor to my apps. And I can simply go ahead and switch to my profile right from the notification shade. Continuing with the new things in Android 5.0 Lollipop, you have something called priority interruptions. So you can go ahead and set up priority mode where only the apps that you allow can go through for any duration that you want. Now I can go ahead and customize the priority notifications as well. It will be shown with a star in the notification bar right up top. You can see which ones will be interrupted, which events or calls to log through. Now you can separately choose which apps are allowed to show notifications or whether they should be allowed through the priority interruptions mode. Now I'll show you one more thing. So let's say you are playing a game or you are watching a video and you get a call. So the game or your video would be paused and you will get a pop-up just like that up top. So instead of directly jumping you to another app with a full screen view, you simply get a pop-up this time around. You can accept or reject it and simply then go back to whatever you are doing. Now some of these things which are available in Android 5.0.2 Lollipop have been available in other Android ROMs like MIUI for quite some time, dubbed with another names. Now out of the 8 gig ROM, you have about 4.6 gigs available when you get the phone for the first time. You can move apps to the SD card, but app data still needs to be in the internal storage, so you are limited in that front. USB OTG furthermore is not supported. And you can see here right now in running information, we have more than 350 MB RAM that's available right now. So even with so many tasks open, multitasking is actually very good on the device. Now you do have adaptive brightness available on the new Moto E. You have ambient display too, which wakes up the device on any notification. But instead you can go ahead and use Moto display, which only shows you notifications on your screen as soon as you pick up the device. Then you have Moto Assist 2, which you can customize with your sleeping hours where no notifications would be shown, or you can auto reply to messages as well for missed calls when you are in a meeting. Moreover, you have Moto Actions to quickly open up the camera app. Now you can secure your phone with a pattern pin or password. Moreover, you can encrypt the device. You have Android Device Manager available to ring and find your phone if it gets lost. Now there's a new feature in Android Lollipop. It's called screen pinning. So you can just simply go ahead and pin one app to the display and only that app can be interacted with. So no background process can be accessed, no recent tasks. So let's say somebody asks you that they want to make a call. So just press the pin button there and it would ask you for a pin later on as well. And you can see right there, you can't do anything. You can't access the notification shade or any of your other apps. Even the lock screen cannot be accessed. And once when they are done with the call, they will give the phone back. All you need to do is tap on both the recent apps key and back together and you will be thrown into the lock screen. So you still can't access the phone without entering the password. So it's very secure too. Now this is the default Lollipop keyboard. It comes with gesture functionality. It's good to type on. Now we have loaded PhoneBunch.com, it's a full website here, and there are no major issues with scrolling over here. Now with heavier web pages, text and images do take a little bit more time to reflow, but pinch to zoom is very smooth on the device. And I can notice a bit of pixelation with text here. But coming to overall general performance, I was very surprised. This phone zips through all the tasks. There is no major lag in any of the apps that I've tried. Yes, some of the apps do take a little bit more time to open up, and the garbage collection is a bit more aggressive than you would want. But apps don't crash and multitasking is actually quite fast. Given that this phone runs on just a Snapdragon 200 quad-core processor, now gaming was actually quite fun on this device too. Now you would see some frame drops and some lag in high-end games, but they're definitely playable. Now another surprising thing is battery life. You can easily get more than 1 to 1.5 days of usage with this phone. That depends generally on how much you use the device. Screen on times of more than 5 hours can be easily got on the device. Now you have a battery saver inbuilt in Android 5.0 Lollipop. As soon as you activate, it reduces brightness, clocks down the CPU, and you can notice that the top and bottom are now orange in color, which shows that it has been activated. So now it's time to wrap up. The Moto E runs on an almost stock build of Android 5.0 Lollipop, which makes it a very smooth experience on the device. It performs quite well. There's no major lag in general usage. Although you would notice a bit of frame drop and lag in gaming, it doesn't heat up, it feels great to hold in the hand, and you can add a bit of customization with the sidebands. But the new Moto E is let down by its cameras. The rear camera is just decent enough, it does take good shots sometimes, and the front facing camera is quite useless for selfies. For video calls, it's okay though. So the new Moto E might not be as blazing fast as the Redmi 2 or even take as good photographs, but for the average user, it performs well enough. It comes with good battery life and excellent build quality, which might be a deciding factor when you are buying a smartphone within this price bracket. So the Moto E definitely checks those points, but if you can wait a bit longer, the same build quality, same everything is going to come with faster processor in the Moto E 4G variant with Snapdragon 410. But then again, it depends how Motorola prices the 4G variant. We'll be back with more. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Any questions, let us in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a great day.